Alright, so on we go to the floor. So what we're going to do is we're going to tear up this whole floor, this whole old concrete, mud, pan. There you go. Blacked out there for a second. First thing we're going to do is unscrew this top here. And once you get that off, put a rag, stuff a rag down in there so you don't get anything in there. Second, to get up this beautiful stuff, I will start out with a chisel, and I'll start out in one of these grout lines here and take a heavy hammer and just pound away. And basically we're just going to beat the shit out of this floor. And I mean, it's going to be about 2 inches deep in there until you get down to this liner. And then that's where we want to get down to. So it's about 2 inches deep. So we're just going to hammer away, beat the shit out of it. Alright, so chisel, heavy hammer, in the grout line. Yes, these glasses are pink. Now you can see, just hammer it away. There's this felt paper right here. That's that. So that's what you want to do. You want to do this all the way around it. And you keep on rolling, it'll come up in chunks and get it done. They also have little tools that will dig through this stuff. So if you got that, that'll be easier. Once I get a hole in, I just put this cat down here and I hammer it into there, into this mortar, and then you'll start cranking up some of this. So now we're starting to break it up pretty good. So I'll just keep on hammering through here until I get back there. So this is a much more labor extensive version. But like I said, once I get going, I'm starting to get them up in pretty good chunks. So I'm too cheap to go rent or buy a tool, so we'll get there. You know what I mean? Just hammering away, putting in a little bit of muscle. And now we're getting this big dog out of here. Get out of town. And of course, when you get around the drain, just be careful. You don't want to go knocking into your plumbing or anything. This piece, I kind of got loose and out it goes. And now I'm just sitting here, just pull that up. You know, there's where your drain connects in there. So just be careful around the drain. Onward. Also, one more thing I failed to mention. If you're having a hard time, you know, whenever you're going in at this angle and it's still just not prying up, if you get up underneath here at this angle pretty good, get in there a few inches, kind of wiggle it around a little bit, kind of loosen it up. But then if you come up on top of it and just nail, just whip everything, beat the shit out of things, it will loosen up things. It will loosen this up so we can get them out in chunks also. So whenever if you're having a hard time getting them moving, just go on top and just beat the shit out of it a couple times, and then they'll start moving. Alright, got it all up. Next I'm gonna sweep up all this extra. Also, you have to move this out in sections because it's so damn heavy. So I was actually smart and used a dolly and wheeled this baby around. So that's a smart thinking for you. Alright, and the last step will be removing the liner. Clear it out, of course, first. It'll probably be hammered or screwed in there. I'll just rip it out and get those later. Free at last! Most people will have plywood here, but mine's concrete. Lucky me. Success! Next up, the curb. My shit's all screwed, so I'm just taking a hammer. This cat. I'm hammering away at it. And it's going to come up for me. So I'll go all around, just hammer and use this to wedge in here, just like you're doing all the other stuff. Lastly is the old shower curb. So there's the old one. I literally just gave it some wax with my hammer. It loosened up and I wiggled it right on out of there. And this is what this is where it used to be. So you can still see, let's see. Ground levels right here, so I still have some of this that I have to get up. So we'll go through and clean up all this old stuff and then we'll be ready. Alright, so your last bit of prep work equals, cleaning off, scrubbing off, making sure your surface is clean. If you have any bad studs, rotted dry rot, i.e. this bad boy for me, replace that. Drywall, as I did on these two areas. This stuff up here I should be able to save, but do that. And then also a little backing. I installed these. They're there. I think these are 2x6s. 2x8s, 2x10s are great. Just because you're going to have your liner come up a little further, and this one didn't have any of these installed, it helps. It gives something to hold to so it doesn't fold over on you, so it's a good idea. Those ones I set up a little higher. I'll probably get shit for it, but that's okay. I'm putting a bench over here, so this liner, I'm going to move this liner up higher. And then also you can see some white here. If you have any area of mold that you're worried about, mold is just people don't understand it. So most of it's not bad. High percentage of it's not bad. You can have it tested if you want, whatever. But what I do is pour some vinegar on a rag, wipe down any mold spots, and then I go over it with some Kills primer, and that seals it off, and it does good. Not all these areas have mold. I just kind of go heavy on it. Better safe than sorry. We do that. Now we're ready to start putting in the new shower.